I think we are entering a new age of plagues. I'm going to talk about the coronavirus. When you say that in a video, apparently now that video gets demonetized instantly. YouTube doesn't like independent content creators to talk about the coronavirus. It's still important, you know. We can't be silenced by demonetization. We need to talk about this. I think we are entering a new age of plagues. This virus will not be the last, obviously, but I think that this is the one pandemic. When we look back, this will be, you know, the coronavirus, the one virus that hit us in 2020. Actually, some say it started in 2019, at the end of 2019. But anyway, we're going to look back at this as the one incident that changed the world. We entered a new era of plagues. We've had such eras before, and I think actually lots of things are going to change now. Now, we have globalization, right? People travel more. There is a lot of immigration into Europe and North America, and people who come here, I live in Norway, if you didn't know, and the people who come here are typically, they have typically been exposed to diseases that we don't have here at all. And I'm not trying to blame every single immigrant. I'm actually putting the blame on our governments and their lust for globalization, this idea that globalization is a good thing. There are good things about globalization, but as a whole, I don't think it's a good thing at all. I think its net value is negative, if you get my meaning. So I think what's going to happen now is that even after this virus dies down, we're going to see people traveling less to other countries. We're going to see people being more careful when it comes to investments in the stock market. We're going to see people being more skeptical about, how should I put it, well, immigrants. We're going to see more close-knit local communities. We will understand that we are fragile now. And you know, they're saying that, well, it's only the sick and the old people who die from this disease. First of all, that's not true. Secondly, well, what's that supposed to mean? They are, doesn't the sick and old matter? I think saying something like that is just, it's horrible. I think we're going to have a situation where everyone knows someone who either got ill and was at risk of dying from this, or actually died from this virus. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. I hope this dies down very soon, but there is no sign that it will. I think we also need to understand that no government has in its job description to take care of you. They are concerned about society as a whole, and you know, they some people actually believe that, well, the government will do what is best for me. Well, there are people who actually think that, and that's not the way it is. No government has that obligation. You have to fend for yourself, you know. Any government will first of all try to keep the wheels running in society, and if that means that some people needs to be sacrificed, then they will make those sacrifices. They themselves won't be sacrificed, of course, but the common people, you know, they are to be sacrificed if need be. So we're going to see people understanding the value of the family. We're going to see people returning to the local communities. People will travel less. People will have a lot more skepticism towards foreigners, towards foreign cultures, and I'm sure that there will be a pushback against this, and people will use all sorts of names against you if you have that kind of, if you develop that skepticism, you know. Now, I'm no prepper. I wouldn't claim to be an expert on those on prepping at all. But you know, I think that at times like this, being a prepper suddenly seems like a, you know, not a bad idea, right? And you don't have to go all crazy. I mean, the Norwegian government wants you to be a prepper. Actually, I made a video about that. Keep some food and some essentials to last for a few days at least in your house. I would say actually for a few weeks. You should aim for a few weeks. And I think it's up to each and every one of us now to take that moral choice now, and decide what's right to you when it comes to how obedient are you going to be. Because there might be choices you have to make concerning, will you do what's best for society, or will you do what is best for you and your family? And to me, that's not a difficult choice at all. I will always choose my family. So I suspect there will even be things like a hastily produced vaccine. If we look back at the case with the swine flu here in Norway, well, not just in Norway obviously, but the swine flu vaccine, it got a lot of people sick. So I think we will be looking at a lot of self-isolation, maybe not self-quarantining, but people avoiding large groups maybe. And I think that will last for a long time. We might even actually see a cultural shift. And those can happen very quickly if we look back at history. Typically when you have dramatic incidents like this virus thing, what do I know, right? I'm just some guy on the internet. I think the best thing we can do now is trying to be sensible, trying to do our own research, proper research. Don't believe everything on the internet. And be careful. I constantly hear people saying, well, I'm not hysterical, I'm not going to change anything because I'm not hysterical. That's a very foolish mindset, I have to tell you. It's a very foolish mindset. This is not the flu. If you know anything about diseases at all, this is not the flu. I'll give you one example of how this is affecting me directly. I just got a phone call. That's why there's a cut in the video. That was from the hospital, the public hospital. I have a hernia. I might need an operation. Because of Norwegian government not wanting to appear hysterical, they didn't apply the proper rules when it comes to medical personnel. So now we have lots of people getting infected by the virus in the hospitals. So I said to the hospital, when now they called me just a few minutes ago, no, I don't want to go to hospital now. I'm not in pain, so this can wait. So I'm going to wait, and I'm going to do it in a private hospital, by the way. So yeah. So we shouldn't be hysterical, but we shouldn't be foolish either, right? It's better to be safe. Better to be safe than sorry. Yeah. Okay. There's a bit of rain now. I guess you can hear it. And yeah. If you or anyone close to you have got the virus, then stay strong. You will get through this, and we will all get through this. And I think we will be wiser from this experience. Okay. Yeah. That's all. I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe, and yeah. Okay. Bye bye.